I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever.
I really didn't want to get married, but...
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
Still trying to figure out between the two of us
Yeah.
how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people?
Y'all, now why is Will Smith's oldest son exposing Jada for being a gold digger? Just when we thought that the messy situation couldn't get any worse, Will's son Trey just jumped into the conversation, and he is exposing Jada for using Will for his money and clout, and now she's trying to force him into a divorce. Not only that, but he also brought receipts to reveal how Jada is trying to get her hands on Will's $350 million fortune before she divorces him, and Trey has a lot to say about it.
We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
So it seems like everybody in the Smith family is just as tired of Jada as the fans are, because she has been spilling all the family secrets non-stop, and it's getting kind of embarrassing. At first it looked like everybody was cool with Jada spilling some family secrets and serving up the hottest tea at every opportunity, but it seems like she has finally crossed the line, because recent reports suggest her latest revelations have caused some major tension among family members. Now, if you thought that things couldn't get any crazier, well, buckle up, Buttercup, because Will's first son, Trey, who he had with his ex-wife, Sheree Zampino, has entered the chat to drop a bombshell. He's calling out Jada to be a gold digger who's got Will wrapped around her little finger. Trey claims Will's dying just to end the marriage, but he can't, because he and Jada didn't sign a prenup before getting married, so he's basically stuck. Now, Will being trapped in his marriage isn't exactly breaking news, because people have been wondering for years why he doesn't just want to leave the marriage. I mean, it's pretty clear that things have gone south in their marriage, so why is he still sticking beside her? But let's hold up. Now wait a minute. Let's get one thing straight. I'm not trying to put all the blame on Jada, because Will's got his fair share of mess in this marriage too. But people just focus more on Jada because she just can't keep her mouth shut and her shenanigans on the low. I mean, both of them have been up to some side hanky-panky and sneaky links, but Will's just a pro at keeping things on the low. And this is why some people think that he's innocent when he's really not. But speaking up on keeping secrets, there's one person who has all the inside tea about the drama and what's going on, and that's Will's oldest son, Trey. Will was married to Trey's mom, Sheree, for a couple of years back in the 90s, and everybody knows that Will was swinging it around town while he was married to her, if you know what I mean. He even fell in love with Jada while he was still married to Sheree, and according to him, things got so bad that one time he was out to dinner with Sheree, he went to the bathroom to cry because he knew that he was supposed to be with Jada.
Me and Cherie went to dinner, and I sat down with Cherie, and it was one of the most bizarre emotions I ever had after we had that talk, and we were at the Palm. And I remember I had to get up from dinner when I had a realization that I wasn't with the person I was supposed to be with. I went in the bathroom at the Palm, and I broke down in tears.
Unsurprisingly, this led to rumors that Will and Jada were sneaking around for a bit while he was married to Sheree, and there was a lot of hide and seek and sneaky links and hanky-panky going on. However, Jada has consistently denied this, claiming that she and Will got involved after the divorce.
We did not have an affair.
We did not have an
while
affair.
he was married.
Nope,
Let's be
not at
clear
all.
about that.
Not at all.
But folks aren't buying any of that, especially because Sheree was so bitter towards Will and Jada after the divorce. However, they managed to patch things up and even kinda sorta became friends, and Trey got to know Jada, and he even developed a good stepson relationship with Jada. Now, Trey and Jada have always been cool, but now sources are revealing that Trey thinks that the real cause of the drama is that Jada's stirring things up on purpose to push Will into a divorce, because she and Will don't have a prenup, and she has her eyes set on Will's bank account. But honestly, y'all, can we be real a second? For just a millisecond, this marriage has been a hot mess for a good old while. But things hit a whole new level of chaotic back in 2020 when August Alsina dropped a bombshell in an interview. He not only spilled the tea about an affair with Jada, but also claimed that Will gave his blessing for the whole thing.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life.
Now, this drama could have blown over after a while and we would have moved on and forgotten about it. But for some reason, Will and Jada decided to go on the Red Table Talk and address the issue. This whole entanglement conversation ended up making things way worse because Jada ended up admitting to having an affair.
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
Y'all, the whole situation turned into a full-blown circus, and fans started talking about how rocky their supposedly picture-perfect marriage had become. It was just all very embarrassing for Will, and according to Trey, the scandal marked a turning point for Jada, and it was like the beginning of her villain era. Now, it's not hard to see why fans believe Trey, because there was a phase where it felt like Jada's main topic on the Red Table Talk was Will, and listen, she spilled some major tea over the years. Trey also pointed out how weird it was that Jada had no issues with disrespecting Will on camera and then posting it on Instagram.
Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me
Oh my goodness.
if you could film me.
Astaire, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just...
Now, Jada eventually came out to reveal that the only reason she married Will was that she had unexpectedly gotten pregnant with Jaden, and her mom had put the pressure on her to get married.
I really didn't want to get married, but
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
I was under so much pressure, being a young actress, being young, and I was just like pregnant. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married.
Well, it turns out that Trey has felt a type of way about this in Jada for a while, since she started talking about the family on the show, and even though he wanted to speak his mind, he eventually decided that it was not his place to talk about it. But with Jada on this recent book tour for her book Worthy, talking about anyone and everyone in the family, Trey decided it was time to set the record straight and give Jada a taste of her own medicine. A couple of months ago, we thought we'd finally catch a break when Jada's Red Table Talk got the X earlier this year, but then she pulled a Psych Uno reverse card and took things a step further while she went on her book tour for her memoir Worthy. She's been going on and on and on during this tour, and she even went as far as to declare her undying love for Tupac.
Soulmates, I think this kind of romanticized idea of like a soulmate. There's all kinds of definitions of soulmate. But definitely. I don't think, if there is such a thing as past lives, I definitely think Pac and I have traveled a few together.
She even said that Tupac proposed to her while he was in prison at Rikers.
When he asked me to get married, he was at Rikers. Like, he needed a rock. He needed, because of our friendship and because of everything we had been through together, he just wanted to feel that solidified foundation.
Now, Trey found this to be embarrassing for Will because Will has been spending years talking about how he was jealous of Tupac and his friendship with Jada.
You ever jealous of the love Jada had for Tupac?
Yeah. But she just loved him like he was the image of perfection, but she was with the Fresh Prince, so it was like, I never could, like, even we were in a room together a couple times, I couldn't speak to him,
And y'all know exactly what made it worse. When Jada revealed that she and Will had been separated since 2016.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives. It was not a divorce on paper, but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now, y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
She also claimed that the reason it took them so long to come out and reveal the separation was that they were trying to figure out how they can work things out amicably.
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, And we hadn't figured that out.
Yeah, it's all a whole lot of stuff. And again, fans have been feeling the type of way about it, wondering why they just don't get divorced and get it over with, since they've already been separated for like 7 years. Now, at first, fans thought that it's because they made a vow to never ever go through divorce. Will once spoke about it in an interview where he said, "Divorce can't be an option. With Jada, I stood up in front of God and said, 'Till death do us part.' So there are 2 possible outcomes. 1, we're going to be together till death, or 2, I'm dead." Jada also said this in her recent interview, saying that she vowed to never get divorced.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
Jada also said, "Listen, weddings are beautiful, but they can be very romanticized. I feel that was a very real moment for the 2 of us to look each other in the eyes, recognize that there will be tough times in this journey, and say to each other, no matter what, we're going to figure it out. And that's why we don't need a prenup, because I'm making a promise that divorce won't be necessary, that we'll figure this out." But according to Trey, it has nothing to do with marital vows, because it's all about shmoney. You see, when they first got married, Will and Jada didn't get a prenup because they never thought they'd need one. But fast forward to today, and they're probably wishing they had. Well, it looks like Will might be wishing it, because according to Trey, Jada couldn't be happier. The irony here is that Will is the one refusing the divorce. Trey spilled the tea, claiming that Jada's been pulling all these public stunts to push Will to divorce. You see, once that happens, she's entitled to a juicy slice of Will's fortune. And considering that she's worth only $50 million, while Will's clocking in at about $350 million, it's pretty clear why he's not eager to part ways. It looks like Trey thinks Jada has already mentally checked out of the marriage, just waiting for the right moment to cash in. Seems he's convinced that Jada's got her sights set on Will's money, and that's why she's obsessed with making him look bad. Y'all, this whole thing is a stinking hot mess, and the streets, of course, have still been talking. They've been saying stuff like, "I know this is the case because they're still married," which is still an L for Buddy, because either way, Shorty benefits off this dude, whether they divorce or not. Will doesn't have a prenup with Jada? Okay, it's making more sense now why he doesn't want to divorce her. And, Will, you don't have a prenup, you make more money than Jada, and you've jokingly said it's cheaper to keep her? Jada is a super a-hole if she would try to clear his bank accounts for work she didn't put in. Now it's the time to hear from y'all on this situation. And do you think Trey is telling the truth about Jada being a gold digger, or do you think that he's just jumping on Jada's hate train? Drop your thoughts and comments below, and then check out this next video.